'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
Guys, welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. And in this episode, I've talked about sneakers before, but I feel like that I've never really sat down and talked about like sneakers or shoes that's costing over $400, $500, some shoes costing $1,000, and they just don't look like $1,000 shoes. Like, it's all the name. It's seriously, it is just the name. Because there's shoes that I got that you would think, okay, the history behind the shoe that I have would cost more than this shoe that just started blowing up like 2 years ago. Or because a rapper is wearing them and it's like, that's just the crazy thing about it. Like, rappers or models or whoever will wear these shoes, they will wear these clothes or whatever, and it's like just crazy expensive stuff. Like me, I don't know, that stuff that I wouldn't want to brag about. I would want to brag about like some rare Jordans that cost only $200. Like, yeah, $200 is steep, but you gotta think about it. These are Jordans, all right, and if it was like some colorway or a pair of Jordans that Michael Jordan actually wore himself during the games, then yes, like, it deserves to be expensive. But I don't know. So there was one day at my job, all right, because where I work, it's like in partnership with this clothing store. So you see like a lot of people just wearing like the latest fashions. Like, I seen this one dude, he was wearing like a trench coat, puffy jacket. I see people wearing like the crazy amount of pairs of Gucci shoes, Balenciaga shoes, probably a bunch of other expensive shoes. And then there's people like me that just be showing up there with like some Nike running shoes or some Jordans. Which is not a problem. Like, I'm happy with my $90 Jordans because I know if I scuff them up, like, okay, they're scuffed up. They only cost me $90. But a pair of shoes that cost $1,000 and I scuffed those up. And there's these two customers, they came in and I just had to ask them, like, you're not afraid of like scuffing up your shoes? Because it was raining. May I remind you, we're in the middle of Seattle. And it was raining that day too. So I'm like, you ain't afraid that you'll scuff up your shoes and, then you gotta like have to clean? What their responses was that it's so high up off the ground, it doesn't even matter. Both of them said the same thing. And I'm like, was that like written down for you guys? Because I don't care if the shoes was given to me for free, I feel like I have even more of a responsibility now to take care of them. Because alright, so for if there is I don't know, let's say there was some like freaking my future wife, whoever. I didn't realize she was my future wife at the time, but she knows how much I'm into sneakers, and she bought me a pair of Balenciagas. First, I would think she's crazy, and I know something's up right then and there, because I'm like, nah, that ain't right. Like, you sat there and you wasted $1,000 on me. Nah, like, I wouldn't even know how to respond to that. I seriously wouldn't. If a girl did some stuff like that for me, I'm like, nope, you have money, obviously, but I just cannot accept this, because it's just, I would never wear them. I would wear them around the house. That's about it. I would just wear them around the house, but I cannot wear them outside unless it's like our wedding day or something. But anyways, all right, if they were given to me, all right, from my future wife or from whoever, it doesn't even have to be her, but it was given to me, I would be so scared wearing those shoes outside. And they were all like, nah, bro, like, wear the shoes outside. Wear the shoes outside. And I'm like, nah, because, like, these are a gift and they cost $1,000. Like, this ain't something that you just take outside and stuff. Like, during some rain and mud and all this stuff. I'm like, nah, man, like, I can't do that. Because I know if I put my money down to buy them shoes and shoes like that, I'm like, really? Like, why am I spending this much money on them? But anyways, I go and I'm sitting there walking around outside. And I just did that the other day with my Jordans. I bought these Jordans and I kind of scuffed them up a little bit, but I was able to just wipe it off. But if it was like, so, and them Jordans are like 200, but standard, okay, standard. But if it was those Balenciaga shoes, I probably would have taken the shoe off and would have just walked on my bare sock. I'm like, nope, like, because I knew this was gonna happen. So or wear the like some beat up shoes, like some Vans or something, or some Converse. Wear those outside, and then when I get inside, take those off, and then put the Balenciaga or the Gucci shoes on. Cause like that's honestly something I thought of too if I were to ever buy those shoes. But I don't see myself ever buying shoes like those. Like I don't know. I've heard that them shoes is uncomfortable. I heard they're a little bit too hard on the feet. Like, there is one guy, because I think we were in Nordstrom's. Or we were in, was I in Nordstrom's? I can't remember if I was at, like, my job or if I was inside the Nordstrom's. But I think I might have been in Nordstrom's. But the guy was all like, he came in there to look for some sneaker shoes, because the Balenciagas was just too much for him. Like, it was just too heavy on the feet. And so stuff like that sticks in my head. And I'm like, I copy this stuff down. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I know about these shoes. And then here's the crazy part about expensive shoes, right? There's these one shoes, like, they're like old superstar shoes. Like, I think like Converse or Adidas, or no, Converse. I think they're Converse. But yeah. Them shoes cost like, it was me and a friend of mine. We were in the store. She was buying some shoes for her boyfriend. And I seen them shoes and they were all beat up and scuffed up looking. And they were charging like $400 for the shoes. Are you serious? That's some stuff where I'm like, bro, I could have just went out, bought my own Converse, my own Vans, and beat them up myself. Like, if I had known that beat up shoes is gonna be selling for $400, I had kept these beat up Air Forces I used to wear when I was in school. Cause I'm like, man, that's crazy. That's seriously crazy. I'm like, I never would have thought that beat up shoes will be hitting the market like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And people be buying them. Like, that's the crazy thing about it. People be buying them. I seen there was a customer, so a coworker, she was saying that a customer was wearing those shoes. I didn't know this. If I did, I probably had a different outlook on her. Because I'm like, how do you, like, I'll respect you, cool. Like, you a nice person. But I just, like, you are living reckless. Like, I'm like, I don't know. Like, you're that type of person where you're like, you're looking for danger. Like, you done went out and spent money on these shoes. Like, you're like, you used to wear black Air Forces back when you were in school. And now you done moved up in the world, and now you're just wearing whatever. Like, I'm there with you, but just, there's like, it's a limit with me. Like, I can't wear no beat up looking shoes. And they're all like, oh, how much did those shoes cost? And I was like, oh, $400. I'm like, but they're beat up. Like, how does some beat up shoes cost $400? Like, and knowing you're going to get them, like, them old heads that be like, bro, I could have just beat up some shoes for you. And then just handed it to you for $20. Like, that's why I'm like, I don't understand the fashion today. Especially with shoes. Like, then the crazy thing about it is that the shoes that you like, that you want, it's just so hard to find. And then you see, like, on shelves everywhere, you see these expensive Jordans. You see these. That's why the two stores that I go to, or no, the three stores that I go to is the Nike store, Champs, and Foot Locker. Those are the 3 sneaker stores I go to. And I know Foot Locker and Champs, they got like some other like sneaker stores, because I think there's this one called Foot Action. There might be another sneaker store, but all the ones that it's like you can go in there and the shoes that you see on the shelves, you can pick them up and buy them for under $200. Cool, fine. Like, I'll do that. And then they be doing sales on the shoes. So if the shoes do cost $200, they might knock like $30-$40 off. And then you getting them for like $160 or something. Cool. I like that. That's right up my alley. But I remember I was talking to the one guy. I asked him, I was just like, how much did your Balenciagas cost? He's just like, oh, after sale, they were only $828. I'm like, only $828. And this man, I've seen him in numerous pairs too. But I'm like, he's saying it like it's cool. Like, that's no big deal. I'm like, that's how you know, like, those guys, you compared to them, like, you are broke. Okay, I'm broke compared to these guys. Like, I sit there and be looking at shoes, I'm like, dang, I gotta wait until next payday to buy them and stuff, because I got other things to be worried about. And then it's like the time comes and I'm just all like, dang, was it worth it? And I'm like, man, it's like, I know them guys, they probably did. They just go off up in the stores. They're like, oh yeah, just gonna pick these up. Just felt like it. It's like no big deal. Like, there's that type of stuff. I'm like, y'all need to. I'm like, that ain't normal. That type of behavior is not normal. Like, I get happy if I get some like cool looking Vans. Like, I seen these one Vans. The Vans was kind of cool too. It had like a shark like biting the Vans line that goes across the shoe, and I was like, that's pretty dope. I like that. How much did that shoe cost? I think that shoe only cost like maybe $60 to $110, and that's cheap for shoes. That's cheap. I know people will probably be all like it's because my average price range for shoes, because I know people are all like, bro, you spend $200 on all your shoes. No, so I have these low top Jordans that cost $90. And lately, I have been buying a lot of Jordans. Dang, I got like a whole row of shoes, just Jordans. Dang, it is just Jordans. Wow. That's some crazy stuff. It's like all the way at the bottom, it's these Nike shoes, but pretty much a whole row of Jordans. But the average for Jordans, like, if they're old and they're not that special, then yeah, they're gonna probably so there's these one pair of Jordans I have where it's like, it's old colors of like the Jordans that Michael Jordan used to wear, but it got this paint splatter on them. So those cost me only like $110 and things. I think those are my first pair of Jordans too that I bought for myself. Like, those are like the first pair I ever bought with my own money. Beforehand, it was like some school shoes or something, but it was even like actual Jordans. Like, they were like Jordan flights. Like, they were like them side Jordans that nobody wasn't really paying attention to. Like, you could go get them in JC Penney's or something, or freaking I don't know, what was that store called? Dang, I can't even think of that store's name, and I walked past it. Is it Famous Footwear? And they ain't even famous too. Like, the only famous shoes they got in there is freaking Converse. That's it. But anyways, I should go in there because I know they got like some like cool looking low top shoes and stuff. But anyways, yeah, so I got those. Those are my first pair of Air Jordans. They only cost like $110. And then any other shoe, like a running shoe, would probably be like $150. So like 100 and like maybe between the price range of like 150 to 190. And then it's like, that's like for like the expensive shoes. For the cheap shoes, like, yeah, like $60 to like $120 or something. Like, that's like my average like price range for like the cheap shoes and the expensive shoes. But if I'm ever like on drugs one day and I decide that I'm just gonna go crazy, then yeah, probably it'll go up a little bit. Like, I was tripping off of the fact that I had spent $225 on these Jordans, And I mean, the Jordans was comfortable. They were worth it and things. But I'm like, dang, I really did this. Like, I really bought these Jordans and stuff. And I'm sitting there like, was it worth it? Like, did I really need to buy those shoes? Like, dang, I mean, the shoes are nice, but dang, that really, was it worth it though? Like, what was I doing? And yeah, I was like, I remember it was like after I had bought the shoes, I kind of regret buying them, and I was like, dang man, should I just go back up there and just get the shoes back? I'm like, nah, they might think I'm crazy or something. Just buy the shoes, walk out for like 5 minutes, and then come back and be like, oh, in second, I don't want the shoes. Like, I can't be that person. So, nope, shoes is mine now. So, took the shoes, freaking went home, tried them on. A lot of people was liking them and things, and then I was just like, man, that people are liking them. I guess it was worth it. I guess it was. And then I know what my favorite shoes, the one pair of shoes, I was like, I don't care how much they cost, I'm buying them, was the Air Jordan infrared 6s. Yeah, them shoes, like, I think those shoes cost like $220 also. But like in those shoes, those two Jordans, that was just because the ones was so one was the Air Jordan 6 infrared, and then the other ones was the Air Jordan 11 Concord. Both those shoes cost like $225, $220 around that price range. And those were shoes that Jordan, he didn't wear the shoes that I got in my house. Like, he didn't wear those shoes, but he did wear shoes like those and stuff. Like, those were the ones that he wore like out on the court. Those are the colorway that he wore out on the court. So if those shoes had cost $800 and they were just like, oh, these were the shoes that was like made during the time where he was like playing in them and things, now I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. But $800 for some shoes that freaking, I don't know, who's the hottest rapper that's like, and not even like the hottest rappers be wearing these shoes. Like, when you like look at Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole or like, I don't know, like you might hear them rap about them, but freaking Kendrick Lamar just came out with some Nike shoes. He's wearing those. He ain't wearing no freaking Gucci or no freaking Balenciagas. He probably has them, but I'm like, man, that's the type of stuff. I'm like, bro, like these shoes don't need to be costing that much, all right? They don't at all, because there ain't no history behind them. Like, I'm you know what, actually, on second, I'm gonna look it up, because before I even say that, before I even like finalize that statement, no, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see if there's any history behind these shoes, and if not, then yeah, well, maybe I shouldn't say anything, because I'm like, I don't want them to up the prices on Jordans. Jordans are already expensive enough, so until I'm like rich and stuff and I'm making a lot of money, then that's when I'm like, all right, up these prices if you want to and things, but like up them like by $10 or something. Don't go crazy on them. But anyways, yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for some more episodes. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. And if you are purchasing tickets for SeatGeek for the first time, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It'll knock $20 off your first purchase. So yeah, buy tickets to a basketball game, a football game, a concert, a freaking play. I don't care what you're doing. Buy the tickets, but use my promo code TMossBoss, all right? And it'll knock some money off, all right? So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.